Today we are going to talk about fractions as division. So we know that when we write a fraction, we use that fraction bar and it looks like this. That fraction bar also signifies division. So we could also write it like this. 2/3 is the same as 2 divided by 3. 2 divided by 3. And 2 divided by 3 is the same as 2/3. So when we see that fraction bar, we know that we can divide. Now, today we are going to model to see what that actually looks like. So I've got a couple of problems here, and we will talk about the situations and how they look. So to start, Sarah, Beth, and Katie share 2 cookies equally. So how much cookie will each girl get? So the first thing that we want to think about is what is being divided. Sarah, Beth, and Katie come first in our problem. But we're not splitting apart the girls, we're splitting the cookies. So that's what we're going to draw first. We are splitting 2 cookies. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 cookies. Now, each of these cookies, together these cookies are being split by 3 people. So now I need to divide my cookies into 3 parts. Now, each girl will get an equal number of parts. So we've got Sarah, Beth, and Katie. Sarah, Beth, and Katie. So they each get 2 parts out of 3. Each cookie is divided into 3 parts, so they get 2/3 of a cookie. Now, if we look up here at that equation, how we translate that into an equation, we would say, okay, 2 is being split, 2 is being divided into 3 parts. We could write that as a fraction by saying 2 cookies divided by 3 people. Now, if our fraction was improper, we would want to convert that to a mixed number. But in our case, 2/3 is proper because that numerator is smaller than our denominator. This means that each girl gets less than 1 full cookie because it's proper, right? They get 2 parts of the 3 that each cookie is, least than 1 cookie. So if I were to write my answer, okay, so the question was, how much cookie will each girl get? Well, each girl gets 2/3 cookie. Okay, so this is how it kind of looks if we break it down. 2 divided by 3 is 2, similar to 2 cookies being split in 3 parts. So 2 divided by 3 is the same as 2/3. Let's take a look at the next question. It says that 5 candy bars are being shared by Mark and Joshua. How much candy bar will each boy get? This time, I'm actually going to start with my division expression because that's what makes most sense to me. Here, I'm splitting apart my 5 candy bars. That's what's being broken apart. The kids, Mark and Josh, are not being split. So I start with my 5. My 5 candy bars are being divided by 2 people. Okay, so then I could write that as a fraction. Same thing. 5 candy bars are being divided by 2 people. Now, to model that, there are actually two ways to model that, and I'm going to show you both. So this is option one. We can draw out the 5 candy bars and divide all 5 candy bars into 2. Then each boy, Mark and Joshua, would each get part of each candy bar. Okay, so that would mean that each boy got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts out of 2. Each candy bar is broken into 2. Each boy gets 5 of those. Okay, so that's option 1, breaking each candy bar into 2. Option 2, to model, we could actually draw the 5 candy bars. And we could say, okay, Mark gets this whole one, Josh gets this whole one, Mark gets this whole one, Josh gets this whole one. We've got 1 left to divide. Mark gets this half, Josh gets this half. This models our mixed number a little bit more. Here we have an improper fraction. That 5 parts is larger than that 2 parts. So that would be improper. Here models that mixed number. We see that each boy gets 1 full candy bar, 2 full candy bars, plus 1 additional half. 2.5 candy bars. So over here, we can go ahead and show that 5 halves is improper. That means that each boy gets more than 1 full candy bar. Now, to take that and turn it into a mixed number, I can divide 5 by 2. 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. I'm left over with 1. As a mixed number, each boy gets 2.5 candy bars. So again, I take a look at my expression. I write it as a fraction. It's the same thing. This is all modeling 5 divided by 2, 5 divided by 2, 5 divided by 2. 2.5 is the same as 5 divided by 2.